and then he gets really strong because someone on the opposite side of the map is at half health in a tri-lane or something. But if you have Dazzle in your lane for Secret, you can keep sustaining the lane, so if all your heroes are at full health constantly, then Bloodseeker is not really that scary in lane, but that's what happens most of the time is you can't really... If you're used to playing your lane, you're like a very comfortable player playing a one-on-one matchup, you're playing against Bloodseeker, and all of a sudden his damage is just like 30 higher than it was 30 seconds ago, because the top lane just entered a fight, right? It can really throw you off and make Bloodseeker way stronger. So I like this as a possible solution here for Secret. It's quite smart.
Okay. Then we have the Bane ban. I mean, Bane generally obviously pretty good lockdown. Then Razor coming out as a ban from IG.
Bane goes because Fnatic used it as well.
That's true. Maybe Team Secret's seen this. Right? Oh, we don't want to play against that lineup again. Let's just ban out everything else that Fnatic had earlier on. Wouldn't be the worst of ideas. I mean, playing at your comfort zone, obviously, something we've discussed.
I think playing against a Bloodseeker, generally you want a hero that can just stand there and fight as opposed to tank the rupture damage. I think Razor's actually
and also
really
heroes that do a big amount of burst. So when he's blood raging himself, you want to just take him out immediately.
Yeah.
Like Laguna or Finger, stuff like that.
Okay.
I definitely like the Razor ban. Secret turns to it a lot. It's a great mech carrier. It can secure, the early game so they don't lose terribly hard to IG in the early game like they did to Fnatic.
Well, so Winter, you were bringing up what possibly, like, obviously heroes like Lina and Lion being good against Bloodseeker here. Now, with the Quap already picked and then the Dazzle picked, which one would you favor for Team Secret?
Do you mean either Lina or Lion?
Or neither? I mean,
they might not even pick any of them because, like, judging by the lineup they have right now, it's quite difficult to fit either one of them in. And as a support, Lina or Lion at the moment with the lineup doesn't feel like it will work together. So it's very low chance that we'll go down that route, I feel.
What about Keep It Light for Secret? Do you think they're going to pick that? I mean, it's a hero that they pick often. Yeah. It's a hero that can sustain through Bloodseeker.
It's somewhat good versus Bloodseeker because you mana leak him and he can't really move around.
Blinding Light is also very good against both these cores.
It's quite a good pick against these two heroes, I'd say.
The question is how much is at the back of Secret's minds because of that. Like, the last game against Fnatic, they're a very experienced squad. They are not scared of picking something again, even though they lost. They are generally good at identifying, okay, we lost because of draft, or we lost because of play, or a little bit of both, and this is here where it went wrong, but they might still have it at the back of their minds. We just got absolutely destroyed, and maybe part of the reason was that one of our supports was a Keeper of the Light who couldn't, like, actively engage and fight back, but has to play defensively. So, in that sense, yes, he has abilities that are good against Seeker, but at the same time, he can easily be abused by the early pressure that a lineup like this can put. So, Coddle Dazzle to me is just not a good call.
Yeah, it's just very weak. It's very defensive, and yes, it's a very strong in mid game, but early game it might be too much of a handicap that your team has in the laning phase.
Now, you guys discussed earlier, I mean, the importance of the supports roles for IG. What are we looking at for supports? What are we looking to round out here?
Usually Chuan plays a pretty aggressive hero.
Yeah, like a roaming hero or something that can do stuff alone, like Rubik with boots or Mirana going around shooting arrows. But yeah, this is the classic Zeus plus Berserker. I would say it's more or less likely it's maybe a offlane Zeus, and if they want to do some Bloodseeker jungle. But I don't think Zeus would be a support this game for them.
Yeah, I would say either offlane or mid. I mean, they run Spirit Breaker a lot for Luo, I feel like, though. And I would also like to enter the lineup and kind of run at the
Wow, okay.
All right.
Wow.
As expected, Secret.
Team Secret
who never play Undying will now
Team
play
Secret with Undying. I mean, that makes their team fight really strong. They have Tombstone plus Weave and Quap that does a lot of damage. And I mean, I guess it's good versus a Bloodseeker in a sense where he can't just run in to your team because you have a lot of damage. But then again, Bloodseeker can kill the Tombstone very easily with Blood Rage. So it might be something that doesn't work against them.
So what we're getting at here is whenever we talk about Bloodseeker, we're like, this is good, but then again. It's like the follow-up to like every single sentence with
because
Bloodseeker.
That's how the hero works. Right? He might be good against you, but he might get killed by you as well.
I mean, you could own him, but then again, if your team is low, he one-shots you, so that's also a problem. I mean,
that's why the hero is unpredictable.
Yeah, he is really frustrating to play against, actually.
All right, well,
I think Invictus Gaming are looking at some sort of disable.
Yeah,
or
they need setup.
Oh yeah, there's still a mid roll. I forgot to mention there's also the mid roll for the Zeus if they want to put him that way and the Bloodseeker towards the jungle. So that's something that we shouldn't forget about as well. If they want to play greedy.
But as you guys were saying right now, I mean, they can simply just run at them. They can't really lock them down or secure anything necessarily.
I mean, Rupture's a great way of starting off a fight, but versus all those defensive abilities, they need something more.
So they have now their primary support, might be their roaming support, hard to say, but
classic IG would be Rubik Lina. They've played that so many
Yeah,
times.
that's what they did when Lore was drafting. Now they changed drafters. Now it's Faith drafting. Back at ESL, it was Lore drafting, and he would always open something plus Rubik, something plus Rubik. Very strong. It literally makes the offlane life miserable because live into Rocket Barrage is death most of the time.
It's extremely good. Now, what Secret could try to do is, one of the scariest dual lanes actually to play against is like an aggressive dual lane of Dazzle Undying is very hard to play against. You can heal the zombies, Undying is sustainable. Even if you get him low, you can still Grave and keep him going, and then he can build up more decay stacks. But a lane like this that IG can run can actually kill him so fast that Secret might not even be interested in running that aggressive dual lane
the
here.
traps plus the zombies. And they're on the dire side, so a lot of synergy together, and Dazzle as well, minus armor. So they have a very strong timing window type of draft where they're gonna more of like snowball. They're gonna take Roshan at some point. It's gonna be hard to contest it, and they're gonna use Aegis plus Tombstone to just take towers and objectives.
There's a couple. Really quickly. So TA Rupture does not remove refraction, right? Because the damage instances are like really minimal, but it's based on your
a
movement.
few seconds, I guess.
I think it doesn't remove it,
It
at all.
doesn't remove
Right?
at all?
If you run with refraction on, the damage the Rupture deals is like very, very little, but
I
very,
think
very
it's in
fast.
quarter-second intervals. So I think it.
So you can remove
I
refraction.
think you can remove
okay.
it very fast.
Then, in addition to that, every time Zeus casts a spell, it's 2 damage instances because it's static field and the spell itself. And there's also Rocket Barrage. So I don't know how good a TA
refraction.
game is. It's a good lane.
Refraction is not good. Okay, it's not good this game, but
It has a good lane.
I think in general the hero itself has a lot of synergy with what they have, being on Dire, Roshan, and it works really well with Tombstone. So I think based on that 2 facts alone, it's still a really good pick for their lineup.
She can also just burst Bloodseeker down really easily.
With the melt strike.
Yeah,
So
Bloodseeker cannot play like super YOLO this game.
Okay.
That's true.
super YOLO. I like that.
Yo,
I mean, if YOLO wasn't
Bloodseeker-
YOLO enough, you could
It's
go
like
super
Bloodseeker's a
YOLO.
YOLO hero.
It really is.
It really, actually is.
All right. Well, waiting on the last ban for Secret, using up all their time there, and then the AA ban.
Yeah, they have a lot of heal, so it's a good ban. And it's a Chinese team. Chinese teams tend to like to pick A lot against a lineup where you have a lot of heal potential, sustainability.
This is actually a really, really good ban the more you think about it. That would have been an incredible pick for them.
So they have a lot of spam from far range, I'd say, with Zeus and Splinter Blast and Rubik Fate Bolt. So they are going to be able to defend against the 5-man and drag a lot of time when they are sieging.
And they're going to be very quickly able to deal
With
spread damage to multiple heroes. And then Bloodseeker just starts.
And
Right.
Wyvern is somewhat good counter towards TA as well.
I feel like it's one of Dazzle's weaknesses, like having so much spread damage from their whole entire team. Like you can only grave one person.
Right.
Yeah.
And a lot of times that we've seen Dazzle shine is versus those heavy, really single target bursts like Tusk and whatnot.
They also have Cold Embrace against TA. That's very, very good counter.
So,
It's a good pick.
what does Secret need? I mean, they've only got 3 seconds left. Oh,
They need more fighting.
apparently.
They have 0 stuns.
I was just about to say, don't they need more stuns or something to help?
They have level 4 Poison Touch.
If you talk about
And
a
Shuriken
team that
toss.
plays without stuns, this is the team.
I mean, that's true. That's true. But it just looked a little odd.
Shuriken
But,
toss is a stun.
Poison Touch level 4.
okay, yeah. So they're gonna go with it.
Which he's
There's-
not even going to
Puppy
skill.
rarely skills that actually.
So they're gonna run with it. They rounded out with the Bounty Hunter. Secret coming off of a tough loss against Fnatic, but again, I mean, just one map and so many maps that they're going to play here for Dota 2 in the group stages. But obviously, everyone's going to start to matter more and more. So this is game 1 between Team Secret and IG. Best of 2, whoever wins. Maybe they can get that 2 or get that 3 points. Obviously, it would be great for IG to start it off, especially against a team like Secret. But for Secret, if they can get the 3-0, I mean, that's just them being like, all right, we're back in the groove. We are the favorites. Anything else, you guys? I mean, I feel like
Look out for couriers. Look out for couriers.
look out for couriers.
Yes, this is what I wanted. Ferrari is playing Bloodseeker. That is the perfect
I was
name.
wondering who it was going to
The
be.
perfect
All right.
nickname for someone playing Bloodseeker is Ferrari.
All right. Well,
yes.
we are in game. So game 1 of Team
IG or
Secret
Dank.
versus IG.
Now join us from the There's wonderful people tuning in through Dota TV. You've been with us from the very, very get-go. We're here for game number 1 of round 2 of the group stages. IG versus Team Secret, where Secret are looking to post their first 2-0 victory after their 1-1 draw to Fnatic, and IG is their first game to kick off the tournament.
Yeah, truly amazing. And I mean, one off, like, just
really off-the-chain feeling about this TI is the fact that we already breached 3 million viewers concurrent in the first day of TI, really. We had wildcards yesterday, but it's just so hard to grasp.
Love your Dota, man. Love your Dota. So what we get from IG is a little bit different here. We have Ferrari on the Bloodseeker. So this is not being played by Luo. In fact, Luo is going to be put into the Zeus role.
Yeah. Yeah, Luo has that boots first Zeus running around. He does have a sentry as well with him. I think he could put that sentry to someone else since he will have the Thunderbolt anyway, but maybe he just wants to have it available if he runs into Bounty Hunter so he can chase him down.
IG are really looking for the first blood.
Yeah, they are.
S4 is not going to give it to him.
Oh,
going for the bounty rune doesn't make any sense. They realize on the bottom no one's down here. Zai is watching him. Now they do see S4. So first room will go the way of Ferrari. And this will turn us in to now a Zeus safe lane. We'll have a middle lane Bloodseeker with support Chuan at the start, at least for the block. And then a dual offlane of Burning as the Gyro and Faith as the Rubik. I'm liking this combo.
Yeah, IG are mixing up a lot. And it's a really strong combo. You can pull up and just pull them back into the Rocket Barrage, of course, hurts a lot. And we're going to see what Secret do with their Bounty Hunter, because he can't really find that much on bottom, I believe, against the Zeus with just Undying down there. He does have the Orb of Venom, though. But
I like how he drops the Sentry Ward at the very start, too. So he'll see Kuro now on the bot lane and understand he's got to keep his distance.
Yeah. He could even attack him and just force him away and say, hey, I see what you're doing. Like, get rid of this Bounty Hunter. Because he's going to pester him as much as he can.
Okay, so if you're in RTZ's shoes right now, you're going one-on-one with the Bloodseeker, with Wyvern harassing you every now and then. What do you do to stop this?
I mean, you just gotta Sideblade, dude. That's the only thing. You have to pull the creeps from the Bloodseeker into yourself and then Sideblade onto the Bloodseeker. That's how you need to lane. Because if you just try to last it against him, it's very difficult. And he won't be scared of you attacking him because you're attacking the creeps. But if you pull the creeps back, you get an angle. That's how you actually can lane against it.
Oh, Lure, this is just not his day. Koro is getting really up in his face. And with that Orb of Venom, he does some serious work against the Zeus.
Good thing he cancelled his clarity. Yeah. Good thing he has his boots available at least, so he can do something there. But yeah, getting really, really pestered out here. And this tower is going to go down fast. Like, Puppey is here with the heal on bottom lane. They're going to push this.
Yeah. Just creep skip it out. This is also what I think Lua was really scared of, and the reason why he backed up from the tower, because he realized it wasn't safe just to sit back behind the tower. It could be like a tombstone leveled up, Zai could throw that down, and then the push would just be so easy to kill him, claim first blood, and then momentum will ensue. Instead, though, they bring Lua with a TP, Chuan harassing into Zai, and there's that tombstone drop, so Zai has the advantage at the moment. Lua is trying to get rid of the tombstone, but Puppey harassing him down. Chuan, he's trying to do the work. They're bringing him more help, but the burst heal actually hitting into Chuan, and now Lua, he might have a bolt of Valuable Faith, try and take away a little bit of the damage, but they're chasing Lua into the tree line. Kuro right behind him. He's just having to juke it around. This movement, the boots, is doing the work until he gets body blocked by Faith. But Kuro picked up, thrown back into the tree line. He's still right on top of Lua. The lightning bolt down. Kuro is dropping. He needs to get away from the tower, but he cannot do so in time. IG get the counter kills out.
Yeah, they get the counter kills, but that was a lot of TPs as well, and expensive ones this early on in the game.
But should flag the fact that we just saw a Bloodseeker kill off a Templar Assassin in mid. You have to remember, when the rest of Secret's dropping low, he gets buffed up. Yeah. He brought down Arteezy.
That is true. When you start fighting, especially running around on low HP for that long, that makes the Bloodseeker really, really strong. So hard to lane against on the mid lane. And he's playing really well. He is winning against the TA pretty hard. Yep. He's 14-7 right now.
Well, at this point, he's just wishing the Puppey would heal up a little bit quicker.
Yeah. And top lane, though, Queen of Pain, after the Rubik TP'd away from top, he's actually going to be taking over a little bit more with the Queen again. But Gyro did get a nice farming start, at least. So up to 12-7.
And Ferrari's expecting more attacks. He's gone 3 points up in the Thirst.
Yeah.